Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen wassalatu wassalamu ala khatamin nabiyyin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in amma ba'd. Fa'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Qala Allah Ta'ala fi Surah Yunus. Ala inna awliya Allahi la khawfun alayhim wa la hum yahzanun. Translation: Indeed, the fellows guided by Allah will have no fear, nor they will grieve. In the next ayah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, الذين آمنوا وكانوا يتقون. Translation: Those who believe and fear Allah to be pious. Ibn Kathir, based on the hadith, explained this, that the awliya Allah, meaning the friends of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, will have no fear in the hashar or hereafter, and they will have no grief about leaving the world behind. Some of the scholars have kept the explanation in a more common way, and they say that these awliya Allah will have no fear of the future in the world, and they will have no grief of whatever they have left in their past. These awliya Allah have a strong trust, reliance and dependence on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and they believe that whatever coming from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has goodness in it and has rahmah in it, even though it may appear difficult in this world. And this trust, reliance and dependence on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keep them satisfied, and it prevents them to be fearful or grieving on something. Wallahu a'lam. In the second ayah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given the definition of awliya Allah, and it means that awliya Allah are those who have believed and who have taqwa, meaning they fear Allah to be pious. Now, the taqwa and iman is hard to measure, and all Muslims have some level of iman and taqwa. However, nobody can measure anyone's iman or taqwa, but generally speaking, just like an example of wealth, if someone have a few dollars, one may say that he has some wealth, but that person will not be called wealthy. Similarly, if a person has hundreds of thousands of dollars, people may call him wealthy. So a person who has a certain level of taqwa and iman may be called wali of Allah, but again, nobody can measure anyone's iman or taqwa. In ahadith, there are some signs of awliya Allah, and one of the sign is that if you see wali of Allah, you will remember Allah just by looking at him. Also, another characteristic of wali of Allah is that the wali of Allah has extremely high love and care about the creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Different scholars have defined awliya Allah differently, and it is not possible to explain all these characteristics here. But we must pray that Allah make us among those who are your friends and who you bestow your friendship to. O Allah, make us among awliya Allah. Ameen. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.